Welcome back to IGN Live at Comic-Con, presented by the all-new LG G4. I'm Max Scoville. Joining me, Brian Altano.
What's up?
Robert Conkey from Activision.
What's up?
Andy from Hasbro, writer of Transformers Devastation, and Greg Berger, who is the voice of Grimlock.
Me Dinobot leader.
There we go.
I don't think the rest of us have to talk for the rest.
Yeah,
of
pretty much. So we got this revealed at E3. This is, I think, probably one of the games that was just most of a surprise. It was kind of a weird year. There was some big surprises, but as far as like seeing something in action that was a game, this is definitely up there on my list. And Robert, we get to check it out with some of the Platinum guys. Yeah. It's a Generation 1 looking Transformers game. It was teased that Grimlock is in it, but we didn't get to see that in action. And you brought a clip of this?
We have.
Okay.
Yeah, so
before we get into it, here I guess let's check it out. Yeah, let's look at this. There are cars, but
there
wait.
are cars.
They transform. I've seen enough. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, this is something really special, right? As an 80s baby like myself, this is kind of the video game I wanted growing up. I didn't get that because we didn't have video game graphics like that back then. No, we're finally here. We can finally do the magic of actually making Transformers look like they were drawn in the 80s.
Yeah, and I mean, Transformers really, it kind of got the short end of the stick in terms of games for quite some time. It wasn't until like the movie started coming out that people even really started attempting it. And was it High Moon Studios? They did like a pretty good job with this. And now Platinum's taking a stab at it, and we get this awesome cel-shaded look, and it's drawing from all the stuff that made us love Transformers in the first place.
Oh yeah, and if there's anybody that's a fan of Transformers, it's Platinum Games guys. I mean, they are nuts about it.
Yeah.
They've got guys that have every single toy that's ever existed. They have all the exclusives from all of the show, all of the different trade shows.
That's so unfortunate though, because
Japan.
you have to rent an extra room in your house.
It's true. Yeah. Oh man, they're nuts. They even told me Saito-san, you interviewed him last time at E3. He actually had a day where everyone would bring their Transformers to work, and they would have a play time where everyone would play with Transformers, right? Just to get them in the mood, right?
Okay.
The good old bring your Transformer to work day.
Oh yeah, it's a classic in Japan.
See, we just keep our Transformers at work so that our significant others don't yell at us.
Yeah, we have leave our Transformers at work forever day, so we don't get divorced.
Fair enough.
Now, Andy, you're writing the game. Yeah. And you have a background kind of, I was sort of asking about this, you've worked on various comics before. What's the premise here?
The premise is that there's an event that starts taking place that sort of sparks all the action together, that something is starting to, we're calling it cyberform the Earth, which is essentially terraforming the Earth into a kind of a new sort of Cybertron. And it turns out that the humans on Earth don't like that because it takes all the air away. So Optimus Prime gets involved, and Megatron gets involved, and as you all know, they're like fast friends.
Yeah.
And so it's really just the two of them sitting
there. Yeah.
They really just sit around and chat for most of the game.
Yeah.
Which is exciting as the writer to be able to facilitate that dialogue.
Wow.
And it's good for the people who live in that city too, because nothing bad ever happens to it at all.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Nothing ever gets wrecked or constantly destroyed.
Now, Greg, like you're Grimlock. I'm expecting you to say it again. Just what is your lines like in this? Like, what's your motivation when you go into being a game?
There's a lot of nods to the past, nods to the present, and nods to the future. And we're living in Generations universe, and me munch metal, I'll tell you that. Quite a bit of it. And I've always approached Grimlock as the best I can get, aside from need new strategy, is that he tends to function from ready, fire, aim.
Is he okay? Is he a happy guy? Because I feel like the other Transformers have a full vernacular. They have an entire vocabulary. Grimlock, is he saving time? Is that why he's cutting so many words out?
I said to Andy this morning, how pronounally challenged are we in this venture? And Grimlock is very happy within Grimlock. The thing about any character and developing any character and maintaining and sustaining any character is you have to realize that your core makes you comfortable with the choices you make. He challenges Optimus, he challenges everyone. He believes that aggression is more important than deliberation, and that's what he functions from. It makes him a perfect perfect in the field of battle because he doesn't over deliberate on choices that can be made aggressively.
Gets jobs done. I want to point out we're actually seeing live gameplay right now.
Yep.
So if Optimus Prime dies again, it's Sean's fault.
If he dies in this game, he dies in real life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So actually,
Transformers.
Greg, I kind of want to ask you about this. Grimlock showed up in the last Transformers movie, but you didn't do any lines for that, did you?
There were no humans involved in the screams and roars.
Was that
were-
weird for you? Because that was to see a poster with Optimus Prime on this character that you've played.
Not so much that it was weird, but what's not weird is in social media, I'm hard pressed to find an image of Grimlock that goes up online that someone doesn't tag my name to within seconds. I can beat my chest and tell you that makes me feel fantastic, but it also humbles me and makes me so grateful to fandomandom, and fan loyalty over time, over years, and this is a character that's been very important to my evolution as having a career. I would like to think that I'm also important to the evolution of Grimlock as Grimlock.
Well, it's in a very literal sense, it's a pleasure not just talking to you, but hearing you talk. You voiced a bunch of other childhood noises.
I get around. I only go where I'm invited, but happily I get invited quite a bit.
I will say it is nice to know that you don't always talk like that.
It'd be weird if you just left out pronouns.
Who's asking?
When you get hungry or something, you're just like,
Thanks for having me.
that was Yoda. What are you doing?
I don't do his job. I do this, so I can make those mistakes and
No,
still
but it was
get
a
paid.
really good Yoda.
You've also got you've also got Peter Cullen, and I'm drawing a blank. The Bumblebee's original voice actor, are also
David
in it.
Galveston.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dan Gilbert.
Dan Gilbert.
Dan Gilbert.
Do you have Frank Welker?
We do have Frank
That's
Welker.
that's
as
awesome.
both Soundwave
Wow.
and Megatron.
We keep him in the trunk back here.
Yeah.
Bring him with us.
The old Transformers.
So-
Well,
Yeah, we're super
I'd just like
excited
to
about it.
say, what Greg was saying about the evolution of the character. I can tell you from working on this game and going back and reviewing Grimlock's history, watching animation, reading the comics, that the character, even within that original cartoon from the 80s, evolves greatly. His speech evolves. His intelligence involved. You can see in those 3 seasons of that show, you can see Grimlock evolving as a character, and it definitely is cued by Greg's voice.
Would you say he transforms?
Get out.
Sorry, I don't know why they hired me to do this. It's awful. It's
You've
terrible.
already said.
I wouldn't say that, no.
And honestly, that's why I chose the words maintain and sustain. I do some teaching as well, and the good news is always that you got the part, but then some are more vocally demanding than others. This one's a mother, and but the goal is to figure out a way to maintain and sustain that. That means you got to bring your game up to whatever is demanded of you vocally or otherwise. Also, there's a collaboration with the writers and the incredible artists and incredible writers
It looks, yeah. I mean,
to honor what they've given you, what they've tasked you with.
it's awesome. I mean, Transformers is a beautiful legacy series at this point, And
Yeah.
it's without pointing any fingers, it's nice to see all these characters without any flame decals on them. So yeah, we've got Devastator here. Is this kind of he kind of plays a key role? I mean, Devastation is in the
Oh yeah.
is in the title.
He's featured very prominently. He is definitely not the primary villain. I think Megatron kind of fits that bill quite a bit, but he is one of his primary tools.
So the Devastation in the title is not an emotional state.
No, no. Although I could say you might think that. Yeah.
This is not after a bad breakup that a couple of Transformers had. I don't know how they date. I'll have questions for you guys after the show.
I said it's Optimus and Megatron on a couch. It's their therapy session after the breakup, after this devastating breakup. Yeah. All this stuff you're seeing, you don't get to play any of this.
Yeah.
Okay, on that note, we do have to start wrapping up, but when can people get their hands on this?
October 6th this year.
And what platforms, how much?
Yeah. Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, and Steam.
Killer.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been a huge
Absolutely.
honor. You guys watching at home, we've got plenty more stuff coming up, so don't go anywhere. Just hang out. We'll be right back.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
tiny
That was
game.
awesome.
IGN Live at Comic-Con is presented by Marvel's Ant-Man.
That was great. Thank
in
you guys so
theaters
much.
July 17th.